Hallelujah. Speak with Security Chief Arish in security room. You know what? Tell him you work with. I'm told this guy down here first. This guy told me something.
It's dangerous out here, lady. Go see Chief Arish. He's just inside. He'll help you.
You're lucky.
Ma'am! Hey! Chief Arish, FBC Security.
Big
Should
man
you be
on
in a
campus.
safe room?
Big man on campus. What's up?
They all have HRAs. We're on the same side.
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm here to perform the directorial override to get the lockdown lifted.
Yeah, Chief Arish, FBC Security. I'm just... Oh, hang on, you're the new director. It's a pleasure, ma'am.
Let's skip the formalities, please.
Right. Faden, ma'am. Look, as you can probably tell, it's a bit of a shit show down here. We've been holding our ground, but whatever's gotten into our buddies has them wrecking the coolant pumps and the power converters. The NSC keeps overheating, and my crews keep getting shot before they have a chance to make any repairs.
NSC?
Oh, sorry. Bureau jargon. It's what we call the power plant. You know, the big rumbling metal thing? Salvador, head of security, asked me to protect it in case of an attack. See, what's inside is dangerous. Dr. Darling seemed to know it would be a target.
Darling, he's here?
No, he came down a few days ago, before everything went to hell. He was out of it. Smelled like a bar mat. He was ranting about vulnerabilities and how he only had one large-scale HRA, but that he needed it somewhere else. Still, at least he gave us these personal HRAs before he left. Hey, did I mention that he was tearing his clothes off? Crazy dude.
Darling knew the hiss was coming.
Listen, I love playing 20 questions as much as the next guy, but we have got to get the water and electrical systems repaired before this baby blows. I'll have my guys unlock the doors out of here for you.
I'll take care of it. You stay and keep the hiss away from the plant if you can.
The hiss? That's what we're calling him? Well, that's catchy. Oh, listen, the radios aren't working, so if you find my boss Salvador out there, could you please ask him what the plan is? I'm sure he will have one by now.
I'll keep an eye out for him.
He sure has a lot of faith in his boss.
I find it really cool.
Try to stay alive.
How they pulled an actor from a soap opera to play Jessie, because first of all, I think it's really cool that she agreed to do it, and I think that it's cool that they actually did it, because it's not the kind of thing you would expect on either side, but I really dig the fact that she just kind of went for it. I think that's kind of cool. Because, you know, that's someone, not a pool of talent you would expect to come from, especially like a cinematically inspired company. As opposed to just writing. It works out really good. I forget the lady's name, but
biological material?
I'm going to assume the answer to that is yes.
Seems like I'm breaking some environmental regulations on waste disposal, but if that's what Ahti wants, then I'll get it done.
I would doubt pretty seriously that the FBC has to worry about the EPA. Come on. Cut a man some slack, please. Yeah, who are we? FDA? I should play through that a second time. I know I just beat it, but I might swap to that and go back and get the artifact, because that's just. But I might do that on my own too. It's just such a nice game. Plus, I could play it on a professional difficulty. I mean, not professional, but experienced. I think is the. It might be casual experience or professional, I'm not sure. But my point being is I might play through it again on the hardest difficulty. His charged agents are examples of extreme physical deformation as resulting from his corruption. His charge display an unthinking fixation on any non-corrupted individuals in the area. Once within a specific proximity, they erupt into a burst of focused His resonance so dense that it acts as a physical force. The His charge is depleted of the His corruption after this eruption. The host is left lifeless. This behavior may be an adaptive response to the HRAs. The His charge are designed to blow the devices off potential hosts, exposing them to the resonance. Is the His capable of customizing a corrupted host's altered ability to this degree? Why is the physiology of the His charge so dramatically different different from the host's original form? Lots of questions and no answers. Hey Simon, I got your message. Yeah, if someone in the sector is asking about Ahti, just tell him that you'll handle it and leave it at that. Under no circumstances should any personnel intervene with his day-to-day routine. I told you everything I know about him so you could better deal with his odd habits, but yes, it is still very much a classified matter. Also, I saw your report about the quarry worker who wandered into the Foundation. Detaining him was the right move. We'll figure out what he saw before we decide on the next steps. Cheers, Lynn. P.S. In case you hadn't noticed, something is up between Trench and Darling. I know this isn't your strong suit, but try your best to stay out of it. I almost wish we got a hotline from Trench on Ahti, because I wonder what his opinions are on Ahti.
We need to fix this thing ASAP.
If the plant goes boom, we can throw the spoon in the core.
I like the fact that he uses Finnish idioms that have not been like adapted to English. He just says them like translated literally into English, and it really adds to his character. Ahti is great. There's something really cool about like a semi-unknowable element god just like working a kitchen janitorial staff. His abilities defy like standard hero understanding of the way the Guild's house works. know if that's a bug or not, but I like how she's still walking when you jump when you're carrying something with the like the floppy disk.
Shit. What now?
My old enemy, the Glock, is blocking the pipes. You need to deal with that shit. He is very clever. He's trying to sneak in. He got him caught with his hand in the fist.
What the hell is that? Oh, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
I find it interesting because I have spoiled myself to a minor degree about what's going on in Control, although not completely. But I find it interesting in Trench's monologue, which I think is towards the end, that you encounter, where he's talking about his dream that is reoccurring. He says about the old man trying to catch a pipe, and other times it's an old sea god putting a fish in the pipe, and Ati uses the idiom, but I just used the idiom of he had his hand in the fish trap. So I find it interesting. There's a bit of parallel between the symbolism that Adi uses frequently and like the story of Control. I like how Adi kind of is sort of like a walking explanation for what's going on, although he doesn't make any sense. Also, yeah, goddamn, is that gross. I opened the new o'clock.
Oh, this place is gonna come down.
I'm working on it, Jesse. Jesus Christ. Rome was not built in a day, and these pipes will not be unclogged within the next 5 minutes. Also, her reaction
There go the pipes.
is just, what the hell is that? That's how you should react when you see a giant, vaguely biological, vaguely, I guess, organic mass bioscience. Didn't even make it out of the elevator. What a schmuck. that that's a thing mentioned in the whatever. Troopers are meant to be the first agents to enter unknown AWEs, thresholds, or any other paranaturally hazardous situation. They're heavily armored and heavily armed in preparation for the worst. As a result of their role, his troopers have access to the heaviest armor and weaponry from the Bureau's armory, including military-grade chain guns and grenade launchers. In addition to their already formidable FBC-issued armor, the Hiss resonance surrounding these entities is dense enough to stop bullets. If forced to engage one of these, be sure to make use of any available cover. Also note that to the telekinetically talented, enemy grenades can be a welcome source of ammunition. Oh, look at it stuttering just a little bit. Just a hair too much happening on here. On the sun, he remedied for making this game so graphically dense. Gonna guess mayhaps. Oh, just back at the janitor's office. On medium, this game is a resource hog. Yeah. I'll just follow the signposts. How about we do that, shall we? Central maintenance, energy conversion, over there. Not fast. Am I gonna have to drop this thing down to low? What is causing this? I think it's the area because it's too big. Because once we get in a smaller area, it's okay.
I don't like that sound.
Shit has gone haywire. Motherfucker. I gotta tell you, as a matter of principle, Jesse Faden takes an RPG to the ass remarkably well. Better than some.
It's fried up. You need to fix it before the that has received
I suppose it would be an absurd proposition that is ever probably served in Europe, but I do find it interesting nonetheless that Northmore is like physically housed. You know, which I suppose in a roundabout way is what you wanted, but it's definitely. We'll just call it unorthodox. Because apropos is the description of this guy there. Where are you still shooting from? Hey. Fuck off, please. I've got a job to do. Did you not hear me when I said job to do? Didn't your mother teach you that firing rockets at people was rude? I'm talking to you. And to you too, apparently. Or not next. Alright, fuck it. Try it. Not at my house. Oh, Jesus Maria. The sheer scope of it causes my machine to shudder. Hang on. Go to display here. I guess we'll turn off SSAO. See if that helps. Helps to a remarkable degree, and it does not impact the graphic fidelity thus far, so I suppose off with the SSAO. Alright, so where do we go? Where's the control room? Oh, it's back this way. I'm an idiot. Energy converters. Central maintenance. I guess I would have to go to central maintenance. That seems to be where this would be. I like how the light is filtered in from like nebulously nowhere. That don't seem right, and I'll do it. Turlet loot. Gotta love the turlet loot. Can't beat it. In fact, it's my favorite part of this job. Thresholds. So yeah, tell me about the thresholds, please. The oldest house is a place in flux. Thresholds will appear with no warning. What the thresholds will contain is a question we can only answer once it manifests. The widely accepted theory is that the thresholds are dimensions operating on a blank frequency different from our own. When these frequencies match, the thresholds will manifest in the oldest house, which act as a blank. Others theorize thresholds are parallel universes or possibly our own reality at a different point in time. Some believe our collection of altered materials that affects the house or attracts the thresholds. We do know for certain that thresholds are not permanent. Eventually, their frequency will shift. Some believe Earth itself is just another threshold connected to the oldest house, which is actually rooted in some other reality. This theory, while possible to disprove, causes blank in those who learn of it, so is actively denied. I'm gonna guess insanity. Gotta give that Lovecraftian twist. Like if you propose to somebody the idea that the Earth itself is actually just an extension of the oldest house, that they kind of just, you know, start twitching and freaking out and not enjoying the lesson, or not enjoying the knowledge bequeathed upon them. So that's gonna be my destination. And no, this is not where I need to be. I wish I could read this game's map better, but sadly I'm but a fool. More turbulent. Let's go back. I suppose perhaps it's in some way, shape, or form accessible via the energy converters. I hope so. Oh. Well, why is that sign so fucking opaque? Seems like to me it's the most important one that I need to see. Who am I to question, of all things, interior decoration within this place? Yes, electricity and water levels are nominal. You're fucking welcome. Upcoming game reminder. Next game is Wednesday at 8, usual spot. Hazard owes me 20. Arish still on a fucking winning streak. Someone please figure out how he's cheating. Thompson suspended from for a game because of that shady dealing incident. Guy, I owe you $60. I brought beers last time, so it's Hepston Stall's turn. Remus. What a fucking name. Only a guy with the name Remus works down in fucking maintenance. Like, oh yeah, my mom named me after one of the two wolves. My other brother's named Dave. Because Wanda was slightly harder to swallow than Remus.
That's it. The other sector should be open now. I think it's time I told Emily. Why I'm here. I'll risk it.
If my microphone happened to pick that up, which I would be shocked if it did, that's the sound of a fucking jet flying over my house, because I live next to an Army Air Force base, which has like the most practice running pilots on God's green earth, because I hear them literally every day.
Jesse,
Go,
you
Emilia.
made it. And you lifted the internal lockdown.
Let's talk, Emily.
Yes, of course.
Initial impressions. Initial encounters with the entity known as the Hiss have revealed various behavioral facts. Most notably, the Hiss is able to invade or corrupt control points, altered items, and even humans, radically changing their behavior. Curiously, any person wearing one of the wearable HRA devices that Dr. Darling has been distributing over the past weeks was not affected by this corruption. The only known exception to this fact is the new director, Jesse Faden, who possesses an inherent immunity to the Hiss. This could indicate that she has already been corrupted, but her behavior is so in contrast to that of the other Hiss that I have dismissed that theory. My final observation comes from Miss Faden herself. She was able to cleanse material and organisms from the Hiss corruption. We tested this ability on a Hiss corrupted entity, but unfortunately the process seems to kill the host. Perhaps the host's physiology becomes reliant on the Hiss. More work to be done. Ooh, wait, there's a hotline. Hang on. Before we talk to you, Emu.
So much is expected from the director. The responsibility, the privilege to steer the Bureau into dangerous waters and safely out again. To inspire and lead its people, to protect them. The board is there to advise you, but they want things in return. You hold all this in your old, trembling hands. I had to lose everything before I could see the Bureau is the director's life. There's no room for anything else. If the forces contained here escaped, we'd be dragged back into an age of superstition, terror, death. Assuming you think we ever really left that behind. Any emergency, any major containment breach, and the lockdown goes into effect. I implemented this security measure in my first years as director. I knew we were vulnerable. I'd personally seen the cost of sloppiness. I made sure the internal lockdown could only be lifted by a directorial override, only to be used when the director is confident the sectors are safe to be opened again. This way, the director is the last line of defense. And if I screw up, it's on me. And me alone.
Thanks, Trench. Alright, now, Emily. Hit me, baby. What we got?
Listen, Emily. Screw it. Just tell her. I haven't been completely honest. I have a younger brother, Dylan. When we were kids, we found an old slide projector in Ordinary's landfill. The slides created doorways to other places. Bad things happened. Came through.
That's all she gets. The rest stays locked inside.
But we found help. Through one of the doorways, we met something. A being.
A being? What kind of being?
It's hard to describe, but she helped us. We managed to turn the projector off. The bad things that came through the doorways were gone. After that, your people came. Tried to grab us. I ran away. They got Dylan.
I left him behind. Bureau agents took your brother?
Yes. You covered it up. No one believed me. I just want to find Dylan. I've been looking for him ever since.
What happened to the slide projector? It sounds like another object of power.
I thought you took it. The Bureau. Along with Dylan.
I've never heard of it. But around here, I assume everything's classified. You know, I looked into the Ordinary AWE case files after you mentioned it.
Trench and Darling were both involved. A large area of the containment sector was reserved for it. The case hasn't been active for a long time. I have no idea if anything's still there. Can you tell me more about this being you found?
Let's hope you two get along.
She's been with me ever since Ordinary. In my head. She led me to you. I call her Polaris.
As in a guiding star. Did Polaris know about the hiss? If she got you in here in spite of the lockdown, she's very powerful. Which may help explain your test results. Your readings are incredible, Jesse. Now, cross-referencing them with the database, I found 2 matches in Darling's old classified files. Unfortunately, I can't access them beyond the file codes, but one was P6, referring to a prime candidate for a potential future bureau director. This was logged years ago.
Dylan. Is that Dylan?
The other match is on something called Hedron, which must be connected to these Hedron resonance amplifiers somehow. All I know is that Marshall went to the research sector to secure the HRA production after the hiss first attacked.
So, Marshall seems like our best lead on Dylan.
I need to go after her. How can I get to the research sector?
Use my keycard. The sector elevator will take you there.
Marshall is the next step. What Emily told me about Ordinary, my powers being connected to things in the Bureau's past, I am so close to something. Do you feel it? Something's coming.
We take turns to come for a visit. I helped you. You owe me now. And when time comes, I will come calling.
Alright, I'm gonna take a second to run over to my OBS here and try something out. Okay. So what I want to do cut this down to 0. Let's see. Okay, so the way I'm hoping this will work now is that I don't know. I don't think it would be that much different actually from the way I had it set up before, but maybe it will be. I don't know. Just wanted to adjust something for my own
I heard the hiss attack
proclivities more than anything.
brings up a lot of new.
So we've got some stuff. We've got to find Marshall. But let's check the hotline on the hiss. It's from the board. The hiss/spread is searching for transmissions/speakers to corrupt/chaos. The astral plane is a conflux/switchboard. The hiss will come for us/all. You must stop/shut up them. Simple enough.
Questions.
So we have.
Are you communicating? Coordinating? What about the plan?
I guess I can only do 3 at a time.
Mic off.
Mic on.
Gonna try something, cause my system's kind of wonky. What I want to do is I want to have a game capture. So I have that, but it doesn't tell me, it's not catching audio, I don't think. And I don't need this if I've got the microphone. I just need some way to capture. Would it be media source maybe? Hang on. No. Would not be the case. I'm gonna take a second because there's nobody watching. And would it be window capture? So for now, I'll just have to have it be capturing my headphones, which unfortunately means whenever I mute myself or anything like that, you'll be hearing the lovely sound of the mic on, mic off nonsense, but whatever. So I can remove this because it's capturing everything from
There's
my
no
headphones.
other way to create that kind of energy output.
I just need a display capture. Hopefully this stream is running right. I don't have anybody to troubleshoot this for me. I just kind of have to trust my own brain on this. Research sector. I don't think I got this far last time, to tell you the truth. Alright, parapsychology in the research, in central research.
Somebody thought this video would make for great internal communications. I'm
I
looking
really
at you,
want
Mr.
an
Tomasi.
I really want an FPC
So,
mode.
This is where the magic happens. Anyway, I've been here for 24 years now. I've always been here. And through those years, we've made astonishing discoveries, authored studies of grave importance, and in all this work, there is one thing we know, and that's how little we truly know. Rest assured, we're committed to keep pushing the known laws and borders of reality, and to make the Bureau proud. So, welcome. Assuming you have the necessary clearance, and do follow the safety protocols. Read the manual. Otherwise, bad things will happen.
Thanks for that, Doctor.
Research sector, huh? Home of the Bureau's mad scientists.
Pardon me. I know they're effectively harmless, but they get on my nerves either way, so better to be gone with them. Ritual Division seems to be indisposed at the moment. Vote on somebody else's time. Boy, he did not think that was good, did he? Handy for me, unfortunately for him. I think this is as far as I got last time. Because I think I first got this game on the Game Pass, I think. And then I played up to this point and then I dropped it, but whatever. Hey, so I was just wondering about the plants in research. Is it really necessary to sing to them? I mean, that janitor does have a really nice voice, and the plants sure seem to like it. Maybe he could just switch it up a bit? I'm getting pretty tired of the tango. And where do these plants even come from? No one seems to remember when they were planted, and people liked them a bit too much, if you ask me. Are we being invaded by houseplants? Worth looking into. Dr. Lewis. You shut your whore mouth, Dr. Lewis. No one asked. Jesus, that wood paneling costs money. This shit grows on trees. It actually, ironically, like doesn't. What's these fools? Oh, God, I forgot that I can still deal with falling damage because I can't fly. Get a load of these cats down here. You know the funny thing, Mag dump always works. Anybody who tells you different, mag dump. Alright, jeez, get you. Hey. Look, buddy. Knock it off. Go to the shelter. Max occupancy, 6 persons. More than 6 people could fit in here quite easily. Bureau sniper specializing in eliminating threats from a distance using the telltale searchlights affixed to their rifle to search for targets. His snipers are no less lethal. The corruption has not changed their tactics. They clearly prefer to maintain a good distance from their target, waiting in elevated positions for a clear shot. Care should be taken in open spaces. Check the balconies. I should note that their rifles are equipped with a bayonet for close quarters combat, and his snipers are well aware of how to use it. Emergency call summary. A possible AWE in which an unnamed individual experienced transcorporeal reality via a phone line. Event is notably similar to AWE blank, in which blank blank event response. Event is believed to have been caused by blank blank, and as a result, the following measures have been taken to prevent blank 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 blank. Nice and concise, fellas. Load on somebody else's time. Had this talk. Where in the name of Moses am I supposed to be going exactly? Parapsychology. Which, as it happens, is here. I can't tell because of the strange ethereal humming. Hey, you let me know? Jeez, alright, you don't have to be so loud about it. Christ. See if we can't find Dr. Darling's office first. God. Lady. Radio. BlackRock analysis. Hi, Carla. Does it strike you as odd that Darling insists on having us appear in those bizarre videos of his? I mean, we just stand there. He doesn't even let us have any lines or anything. Don't get me wrong, beats a day in the lab. Plus, it's always great to work with you. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Oh yeah, I finished the comparative analysis of the 2 BlackRock samples you sent, the Prism or whatever you called it. I filed them in the usual place under C for Carla, a handy mnemonic device, right? Haha. Anyways, let me know if there's anything you want to discuss about the data. I'll gladly explain. Maybe we could chat about it over some drinks or dinner even. I can't remember the last time I had a good steak. Maybe we could go out after work together sometime. I'm free tomorrow. All the very best, Hubert. Listen, buddy. I say this out of due respect. With a name like Hubert, you're not getting any charge, not anytime soon. You gotta amend that, change it to like a herald, something. That has to be amended. You're getting nowhere fast with a name like Hubert. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not even woman, and I'm dry reading a name like Hubert. Jesus. Man, that's gotta be awkward. Can you guys turn your back while I take a shit? Oh, man. My sympathies. I have number 1. What's in lab number 1? Auditory Experience 84C, Poets of the Fall, My Dark Disquiet. Answer questions within 2 minutes of listening. Did the song elicit any particular memories? If so, elaborate. Did you at any point feel a strong emotion? If so, what emotion? Did a clear image of a weapon appear in your mind during the song? If so, elaborate. Provide a detailed description of your current surroundings as you see them. Have you ever heard the murmur of voices when no one is present? If so, what did they say? Do you hear them now? Please choose one of each from the following pairs. 1 or 2, A or B, day or night, apple or orange, burn out or fade away. I mean, Def Leppard always said it's better to burn out than fade away. Play the damn tunes. That's fine. Oh, because I have it, the mute the copyrighted music. That's probably what's hampering me there, because I didn't want to get DMCA. Not that that's likely ever to happen, but better safe than sorry. You know what? I'll turn it off. I too like to live dangerously. You know, just hit me with it. Hit me with it. Base on those things, you gotta be unreal. Could you imagine blasting all out of this stuff?
Night, the world, it's mine. Nobody else out here. It's time, run wild.
I like how I made a fuss about it and I didn't even listen to the song. More than his bastards. I don't know why I felt like doing it, but I did. See if we can't find Dr. Darling's office. Beneath the spores, molds, and fungus, apparently. Oh, let's just jump down. I mean, do you really want to live forever? See if I can. It's just my own satisfaction. Ow. 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 This looks like the Sedgwick after Pappy Sargassi took it on. Another place this is supposed to be. Oh. Well, that's working now. Which means should I desire to come to and fro, I don't have to break my damn knees every time. I don't think this is parapsychology, to tell you the truth. I think this is the mold lady, not the mold lady. Oh. That's supposed to be down here either way. I shall take my leave and amiably so. Play it again, Sam. I think guys named Sam who also happen to take up the vocation as piano players are really tired of that joke, because I would be. Threshold utility. Thresholds have always been a source of great inspiration and great challenge. When a new threshold manifests in the oldest house by blank, we never know what new discoveries it will provide to the Bureau, but we must always seize these opportunities. This report will examine the process of distinguishing recent threshold events based on their utilitarian possibilities. The quarry brought Black Rock, one of our most invaluable discoveries, but if the mold has any scientific value, it has been difficult to find due to the lengths we must go in fighting back the particularly prolific plant. These are very distinct cases and worth comparing as their study offers vastly different dangers and rewards. Excuse me. So where? I'm just not finished fighting you guys. Nope, it's still there. Oh. Caught me unawares. Fool that I am.
She's in trouble. I need to reach her.
Oh boy, the old house has fucked this part up, eh? Jesus. Hey. I need to upload this. I will, after I finish recording this. How long have I been live? I don't know. God damn. Close. Sons of bitches. I get the feeling I'm mistaken. Astral Exhibition. I don't think that's where I need to go. Damn it, there's glass there. How disappointing. Okay, I guess Astral Exhibition is talk about missing control.
Similar to an iceberg, what you see is not what you always get. Regardless, this place is vitally important to the Bureau. Most information on the astral plane is classified, but we can talk in broad strokes, keeping in mind that these are staggeringly complex systems, and simplification does them no justice. Now, the white non-space, the ever-present inverted black pyramid. The board, all linked, intrinsically tied to the oldest house, tied to the director, the process of choosing a director, tied to all objects of power in terms of who controls them. Yes.
Simple enough. Hold on. I need to turn on my camera so I can actually start being more visual. Paranatural topics.
An early hypothesis was that the mindscape of the astral plane is subjective. But that was fast proven wrong. It's an actual place, not a construct of the mind, even though it is with our minds that we enter and experience it. But then one could argue that that's the case with all reality. We've been able to record footage of the astral plane by monitoring the brain activity of those experiencing it. That is the only concrete material that has come out of the astral plane expeditions. Apart from one shocking exception. In the astral plane footage, we're always in the vicinity of the pyramid. We've concluded that this, not the entire plane, is what the board controls. We have glimpsed movement, native species, always in the distance, and yet contact was made. We don't have footage of this, a technical malfunction, but when one of our astronauts returned, a brain cloud, an astral fugue, had hitchhiked a ride in his head. It ruptured out, killing the subject in question. It's a relentless predator pursuing thoughts, minds, lethal to those the entity feeds on. Proper containment protocols are to be observed when dealing with it.
Yeah, that is very Delta Green. Like the idea of like manifesting thought forms, sort of like coming to life and murdering people is very. That's like. I think that's essentially the premise of The Last Equation, if I'm not mistaken. Is I think it's called The Last Equation. But it's basically the purpose of the campaign is that there's an equation that, like, when studied by people who understand mathematics, can drive them insane. The Astral Exhibition was originally built for the astronauts to use as a training location, a place to grow accustomed to the sights and sounds of the astral plane before diving into the real thing. We could have done a better job with it, but Blank was being stingy with the budget. However, once we discovered the Blank, we decided to repurpose the space. Similar to how zoos hope familiar surroundings will affect the well-beings of their animals, we hope to observe the Blank. I think that's the id that it's talking about. Behavior in an environment similar to its home dimension. So far, it just breaks everything we put in it, but Rome wasn't built in a day. Addendum. New naming conventions have been established for the astral entity known as Astral Spike. Outdated terms in this report have been redacted. Okay. And I got a new hotline from whom? No, just multimedia. Just the Darling stuff. So this is supposed to be like a model of what they've explored of the astral plane, I guess.
You have always been here, the only child. My coffee is orange.
Keep that thing here.
Who dares win, am I right? I was hoping that off to get closer to me, but suppose I have no reason to hope that worked. Okay.
What was the Bureau doing with that thing?
Studying it, I guess.
Someone answer, damn it! We need backup down here!
Marshall, are you still there?
Shit. We're so close. We need to hurry.
Do you think I'm dawdling? Oh, don't tell me I have to do that shit. I mean, it wasn't that difficult, but still. Okay, I got 7 points. Definitely, essentially required. Would be useful, and I'll take some more health. Astral constructs, weapon forms. I can construct spin. To tell you the truth, I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to. Not sure how to swap the weapons, but happy to have it, I guess. Okay, yeah, no, this was. Clean this joint up, huh? Oh, just tap reload, that's how you do it. I'm an idiot. All the buttons I tried. The button to reload the gun was not the one I chose. Okay. Groupthink. This summary extends the work of Irving Janus, Robert Barron, and others by proposing strong causal links between groupthink and the passive or active use of telepathy. To prove these connections, the parapsychology department carried out variations of Solomon Asch's original conformity experiments using a telepathic individual as the subject. See experiments blank for details. Extensive qualitative and quantitative data results from these experiments. Extensive qualitative and quantitative data resulting from these experiments was then used to identify telepathic interference within the group. Further empirical findings suggest measures can be taken to safeguard against telepathic influence on behaviors by engaging in blank. Rather boldly, this paper stands to revolutionize decades of groupthink theory and provide new directions for further experimentation on the mind, including manipulation of blank and blank. I mean, the old saying is true. Psychic warfare is real. Captive audience. Part. How'd I get a mission for picking up a document? You kidding me? Investigate X-ray light box, object of power. I'll do that real quick, yeah. This report serves as an introductory guide to the astronaut program, including candidate requirements, training practices, and astral research procedures. Astronauts are chosen individuals who explore and document the astral plane by making physical contact with the X-ray light box. See case file OOP-18 for details. In the hypnosis lab, a section of the parapsychology division. Physical and psychological training is vital for the repeated transition between planes known as dives. After each dive, astronauts must undergo a blank session in the cognitive recording chairs to record their experience in the plane. Gathered data has conclusively proven that blank within the astral plane vary wildly between astronauts. On rare occasion, these dives can result in losses, often occurring when the team encounters aggressive astral entities. Before using the recording devices, please ensure the following safety measures are met. Ensure the volunteer is securely fastened to the chair. Ensure the hood is placed over the volunteer's head. This will prevent the volunteer from taking in visual stimuli during the recording process, which can lower the quality of the captured footage. This also prevents recording technicians from viewing the volunteer's face, which undergoes muscle spasms during recording that some consider upsetting. Check if the volunteer is comfortable. Activate the recording apparatus. After recording is complete, check volunteer cognitive ability using the provided questionnaire. Reminder: do not be alarmed if the length of the recorded footage exceeds the volunteer's period of unconsciousness. Astral dilation is a known issue. If any problems arise during this process, contact your supervisor. Got one more unread, apparently. Oh, his cluster. Yeah, his clusters are unique in that they are concentrated manifestations of His resonance without the need of a host. His clusters are dense spherical compressions of His resonance that serve support functions in the hierarchy of His entities. The clusters are capable of replenishing His hosts with infusions of resonance. This does not heal any physical damage inflicted on the organic host, but rather seems to rejuvenate them, allowing them to endure more bodily harm than normally possible. The fact that the Hiss makes an effort to preserve its corrupted host underlines a level of awareness and discretion that was previously just speculation on my part. Can this entity be considered an individual or simply an extension of the Hiss as a whole? Capturing one alive would be quite interesting. I doubt that's possible. a second.
I see it. Another object of power. They're just standing there, mesmerized by it.
Mic off. Mic on.
My apologies. Let me just move a moment. X-ray/coercer. The X-ray is now bound/valid.
Please state your name for the record. Paul Warren, Astromark, First Class. And you are aware that exposure to the astral plane can result in death, disability, personal injury, corporeal untangling, cognitive collapse, loss of ego, and partial to full dementia?
Yeah. I am.
And you acknowledge that your use of the astral conduit, aka the X-ray light box, is purely voluntary?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Your suit is good?
Yeah.
Okay, you're all set. Open the door for Mr. Warren, please.
That's handled. That'll be maybe useful later on down the line. If I remember to use the fucking shit. Maestro?
Marshall, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who is this?
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm coming to help.
Faden? Hold on. I'm setting the elevator for you. We need to talk.
She got that right.
Did she go mildly cross-eyed there, or is that just... Oh, Jesus.
More of you? Really?
That's why I probably won't use that much. Because that's going to be hard to do in the middle of a gunfight. I mean, obviously harder to do if you're an idiot like me who just charges into the center of them willy-nilly, but like normally hard, extra hard for me, so I'm probably never going to use it. But hey, it's worth having. Should the situation arise, it's always handy. Let's see if I'll play the cutscene again. I want to see if I was... Oh, okay, I will.
Marshall, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who is this?
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm coming to help.
Yeah.
Faden?
I noticed.
Hold on, I'm setting the elevator for you.
She did go mildly cross-eyed there. I don't know if that's
that
intentional or if that's a bug. Probably a bug. Knowing and controlling...
More of you? Really?
Welcome to the party, ma'am. Marshall is right down the hall.
It's really cool that these Lewis guns. Doesn't make any sense from a practical perspective.
There you are.
But it's,
I was starting to worry.
It's a great choice.
Congratulations on your appointment, Director Faden. I'm Helen Marshall, head of Bureau Operations.
Nice. Fucking
Zachariah's
cool.
dead then. And I assume you found his gun.
Just call me Jesse. Trench told me to find you. He said you could help.
And he told you this through the hotline. Makes sense.
None of this phases her? Really?
Here's the situation. Darling created the HRAs in a lab nearby. We need more if we're gonna survive this attack. My rangers can't secure the lab alone, not against those things. We need more firepower.
At least she seems to know what's going on here. She could know about Dylan.
I can clear out the hiss. I'll be your firepower.
That's a good answer.
Is she testing me?
Darling has systems in place to protect his labs. This should help you get past them. We'll talk more after you clear out the hiss. Rangers, let her through. We'll have to lock the door behind you. Sorry, but we can't risk a breach.
Fuck, it's like trying to get oil from a space plane. You're trying to solve the good? Oh man, I'm sorry.
That one! First shit!
I'm gonna switch this out.
Altered item number 52AE analysis, session 2. I will begin by introducing various stimuli to the item. First, a low voltage electric shock. No response. Next, I will introduce heat via a standard Bunsen burner. No response. Next, a series of solutions will be applied, each with a different value on the pH scale, from 0 to 14.
My bad.
No response to any value. Next, I will attempt to communicate. Can you understand me? Can you understand my words? Quack if you can understand my words. No response. This concludes session 2. We'll need time to prepare further tests.
This way to the lab? Okay. You must like these HRAs. Sounds like Darling built them. And most of the things around here. If Marshall can't help us with Dylan, he's our next best bet. Assuming he's not dead. Or taken over by the hiss.
Yeah, but it's complicated. But aren't all things in life? Some concept going on here. Oh, goddamn, whatever.
You let me here. Any idea how to make it work?
Hello again, Director. It appears we have a new problem. We need to get the HRA machine working.
I've replaced a couple of spark plugs, but this looks a bit more complicated.
Darling must have had a system. Randomness isn't in his nature. The punch cards, the symbols, the terminals. How do they connect?
I'll see what I can do.
This is just going to expose me for being a giant fucking idiot. But, this one, which is probably, oh, these stairs. That seems to be 1 in 4. No, I should figure it out. Hoping that's right. Oh, that's right. We'll save that up there as 4, I guess. Yeah.
Each punch card should correspond to a terminal.
I've got that far. That's all I've got. Black rock prisms are unique formations of black rock district, distinct in both their shape and potency. While the density of black rock dampens paranatural forceness, the unique blank structure of prisms retains frequencies in the range of blank to blank hertz with perfect blank harmonization. This report analyzes the results of focusing a blank through a harmonized blank on a blank, methods of the imprinting of non-physical fields onto blank, imbuing them with the properties of the harmonized resonance blank, and the prism will be explored and explained. This object is a light box used to examine X-ray images. The image cannot be removed from the light box. The information on the image belongs to a patient named blank. The object allows para-utilitarians to forcefully seize an individual's blank. The seized individual blank becomes blank to the user. The effect lasts blank. Once released, the seized blank as a result of the psychic trauma. The object has no current binder. Background: janitor named blank found the object at St. Anne's Hospital in blank. Soon the building's occupants were blank by him. The Bureau dispatched an emergency response team to blank the perpetrator and blank the item. Fatalities numbered in the blank. Yeah. And that's the warped.
These whiteboard drawings may be important.
Thank you. I've guessed as much. So those are 2 and 3. That's 1 and 4. Maybe 5 will be a crapshoot. So let's get 2 and 3.
It looks like he was working on something to do with these symbols.
Be that the case, huh? See how that works.
What do the symbols mean?
I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't philosophize out loud.
What do these whiteboards mean?
So I think I have 1 and 4, right? So I can't find that other punch card. So it makes me wonder what 2, 3, and 5.
Try different combinations. One of them has to work.
Stunning. 3. Coop. 2. That. this. I think I tried this combination, but we'll see. No dice. Oh, I'm reading that backwards. 2 should be 3 and 3 should be 2. Hopefully. I think I'm getting closer. This should not be 5. Oh. This can be version, which is essentially just first. Yeah, there you go.
The prism shattered. Darling's prototypes have a lot. We need more Blackrock prisms to make this machine work. Darling has another lab, down in the Blackrock processing site in maintenance. That must be where he keeps the prisms.
I've been to maintenance already. I can find my way.
But how long will that take?
Excuse me.
Nothing here is simple. I need to ask her now, before I go.
I need something from you first. What do you know about Dylan Faden?
I knew this was coming. Lives are at stake here, and we need this machine working to save those lives. Once that is done, Director Faden, then we can talk.
She's right. As much as I don't want to admit it, I'm the only one who can help.
Fine. I'll get the prisms first.
Dylan will have to wait just a little longer.
But don't call me Director. Jesse is fine.
I'll call you Faden. Here, you'll need this keycard.
Thanks. Emily Pope has set up a base in Executive. Once I have the prism, I'll meet you there.
Right. I'll move out immediately. And keep an eye out for Darling. Finding him might be the key to stopping the hiss.
It's just one large-scale HRA. It's there now. We are about to be exposed to a different kind of resonance. Hostile, viral, invasive resonance. That's what the Hedron resonance amplifiers are for. Taking the protection Hedron can provide us, and keeping us from being wiped out.
Here, this will lead back to Central Research.
What a handy shortcut. Let's get back up to the executive and just probably call the stream there. I'm gonna see about downloading these videos off of Twitch and putting them on YouTube for archival purposes. Might do it on my second channel, I'm not sure. All I know is, yeah. This game is incredible, it's strange, it's bizarre, and it's a fucking resource hog, but that's fine.
Pope wants us to compile all of Darling's data entries from the past month.
She wants us to crack Darling's personal logs?
No.
They'll crucify us if he finds out.
See y'all.
Who does she think she is? Authorized